but if this isn't some ruse by D'Amico and company, then it is like, what are we doing? Either way, it's what are we doing? But at least the ruse option, it's okay. At least they're ending up where I want them to end up, which is not playing these guys.
Texans Titans Sunday, final game of the regular season, as the Texans really just need to avoid a major injury before the playoffs. We will see if they're playing the Ravens or the Steelers or someone else, because the Ravens are like a 19.5-point favorite against the Browns. They win that game, they win the AFC North, and the Texans don't have to see them. That would be great, because the last time, well, you know what happened last time. The Texans scored 2 points on a safety, so you don't want to see the Ravens. The Steelers feel like the most appealing option, just because, do I trust Russell Wilson? No. I don't like the thought of their pass rushers coming after CJ, but in a world that no option feels great, I guess other than the Broncos. Like if the Broncos came here, I'd feel okay. Their defense is kind of faded a little bit the last couple weeks. They haven't been as great as they were early. So maybe if that somehow was a matchup, I'd be fine with it. But other than that, I think Steelers would be the best bet. So will the Texans be a 9-8 team, or a team that found a way to turn the slide around and win a game that doesn't matter that much? From every thought right now, it feels like CJ's going to play. He's not on the injury report, despite talking about his injury being a little banged up. The question will be will they just treat him like the Chiefs are treating Patrick Mahomes, where he's clearly not playing because the game doesn't matter? I don't see an upside to playing him. I don't see an upside to playing Nico Collins. That doesn't mean they won't play. Is this simply, hey, we're just going to F with the Titans until game day, until it's time, like, 10:30, when we have to announce
the
our
actual inactives?
Yeah. Is that the plan?
That, I mean, at this point, that's the hope, I would say, at least when it comes to CJ and Mixon and Collins, where I hope this is some sort of long con that they're running, which also, like, okay, cool. I don't know how, Tennessee's going to be like, oh, man, now we have to play with Davis Mills.
Well,
we have to play this terrible offense without all of its good players.
Yeah. I don't know how beat up they'll be about that.
Yeah. Also, but if this isn't some ruse by D'Amico and company, then it is like, what are we doing? Either way, it's what are we doing? But at least the ruse option, it's okay. At least they're ending up where I want them to end up, which is not playing these guys.
I only understand it from the aspect, if you think you have some answers to your problems, and you believe you need to get them all the kinks out of whatever your answers are now, as opposed to the playoffs. I don't think they have any answers to their problems, because I think their answers will have to be bigger than simply making adjustments to a blocking scheme here, calling more quick game that doesn't involve the screens. I think their problems are bigger than that, so I don't see what's going to happen on Sunday that'll change things. So I was going through some playoff scenarios, and Steelers Texans is what it is right now. It could be Chargers Texans. I'm not sure it could be Broncos Texans. If the Broncos finish 10-7, their conference record would still be worse than the Steelers and the Chargers. I think the Broncos,
I'm not sure they can be the 5th.
I think they have to be the 7th seed.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are either the 7th or they're out of the playoffs. I think that's how that sets up. Of course, Bengals and Dolphins still alive. They aren't options to play the Texans. So it's either Ravens, Steelers, or Chargers.
And the Bengals play the Steelers, correct? Is that
yes? The Bengals have to beat the Steelers to have a shot, and then they have to hope for the Broncos to lose to the Chiefs on Sunday. That game's tomorrow. I'm getting it wrong again. Bengals Steelers is tomorrow.
I'm just thinking of that more as a Texans are going to play the Steelers or Ravens question, where if the Steelers or the Ravens, you expect to beat the Browns.
Yeah, they're 19.5-point favorites.
You expect them
Yes.
to beat the Browns any given Sunday.
Not with DTR.
This is getting played on Saturday. So let's give the Ravens the win over the Cleveland, and then it will be Bengals Steelers for at least for Pittsburgh, the chance to play Houston.
Yes. Steelers. Well, Steelers.
Or if they win, do they? Or
If the Steelers win, and the Steelers win, and they're the 5. If the Ravens win, which we're giving.
Yeah, we just have to work under that assumption.
We just assume that the
just
Ravens,
to make it more or less complicated,
with the division championship to play for and a home game in the first round, are going to play hard against the Browns team who has stopped caring. We can assume that'll go the Ravens' way.
And then
so it's either Steelers or Chargers.
And Chargers play the Ravens. They're only 4-point favorites, it looks like.
Chargers play
Raiders.
Yeah. Well, Pierce's team is trying.
I understand that. They're 4-12.
To the chagrin of their fans.
they've been trying all year. They're 4-12.
No, I mean, they're actually not tanking like the Browns are. They haven't quit like the Jets have, which doesn't make their fans happy. But Pierce and the Raiders are probably going to give the Chargers a fight.
Are they starting Ritter? I think it's going to be Ritter for this one.
Yeah, I don't know who's starting in that game. But, yeah, only 4.5-point favorites for the
That's what I'm saying. Ritter and DTR.
Feel
DTR's
like
worse, but it's not that
yes.
big of a 15-point difference.
Understood. I guess.
No. I think it's O'Connell. O'Connell started last game.
Yeah, and the Chargers don't have the same type of explosive capabilities that the Ravens do. And how much do the Chargers care about where they go play? We don't know. How much will Justin Herbert play? Those are all factors. But feels like we're going to see Steelers, Texans with the possibility of the Chargers.